I hope you all having a beautiful day today. I'm sure it's gonna get real hot today. Look like a little heat wave going on through right now. I just want to get on here today. I try to get on here every day, if I don't get too busy. But I'm trying to get on here now, so I got other things I need to do today. And I'm gonna try to get on more than just right now. But I just want to say this here. It's funny how people, I began to say, watching the way people moved around me. And I began to ask God, what in the world is going on, around me. And because I already knew my husband and my sister, they was sleeping together. Every opportunity, I guess, when they got a chance to sleep together, she do head jobs and he like head jobs. I don't do that stuff. To somebody, that cheats and run around with everything, men and women, but she like that. She don't care. She just, trying to, I guess, I don't know why she in this secret competition with me because she's no comparison to me because I don't sleep around. But, how they was plotting and scheming, to kill me, got an insurance policy, got my marriage license and stuff. Or I don't know were they able to get the marriage license, but I live in Louisiana. So that's why I got married at in Louisiana. But I was living in Virginia, so a lot of things they were scamming, doing behind my back throughout the years, stealing, money and going to court and different things, pretending like they me. You have these different cops try to steal property. Anything that you get, they steal your paperwork, hide your paperwork, get your children involved and all this foolishness. But this is what I want everybody to know. The most important thing is remember this here. Narcissists or people that's trying to kill you, they have a plan. First thing they try to do, they get insurance. They have people, narcissists always gonna cheat. They not gonna not cheat because that's who they are. They liars, they cheat. So, and then, like my sister was around me all the time calling and stuff, but I already knew, what was going on between him and her, which didn't make no difference to me because, see, God wanted to set both of them up, in which he's doing, he'd already done that. They set both of them up, but they thought they were smart. She running telling all the family members that, hey, how y'all doing this morning? I hope y'all having a beautiful morning. She was running telling the family members stuff about me behind my back. He was doing the same thing, turning my children against me, and I'm the one raised my children. He was in the house, but I'm the one took care of our kids. He was too busy running whores and running behind the, church whores and all that. Anybody he sleep with, that's what he was doing. What I wanted to say was how they was going behind my back, him and her and the other whores he was sleeping with, called themselves gonna plot, going around telling people I was crazy. Right? That was the plan. They had to say that I was crazy. Hey, how you doing? My name is on my screen. That's my name. Um, Listen. I wanted to, talk about more about what went on. So what they did, they started running around hollering about I was crazy, telling everybody I was crazy. That's the plot. They gotta say that you're crazy. So when they work on paperwork to try to put you in an institution, what they already have a plan. They'll buy land. They'll put a house in your name. Reason they put the house in your name or buy land, most likely the land may be in the woman's name. So the land in their name. So the plan was to try to get me an institution. Now, number one, my son, I have a son that's 22, he's autistic. My husband don't have nothing to do with him. He never been there for him. When I said, first a father doing something with their child, he never did that. And what they did, they plotted. So they was planning on like getting they got the paperwork together. They must couldn't go through with it because the court has to prove it. They just can't do it. They got doctors and nurses, therapists, fake people that work with them to lie on paperwork to say I was crazy. Now I never been evaluated by nobody. Now I'm travel, go wherever I want to go. Now how I'm crazy, I can get myself in my vehicle, wherever I go and go do what I need to do. But see, I'm the crazy one that when he was sick in 2024 couldn't walk. But I'm the one that arranged everything. But I'm crazy though. See, this is what I mean. So this is stuff they do. They'll plot, holler about you crazy. Then what they do next, they'll try to put you in this. They tell everybody around you, oh, she crazy. She crazy. And people believe them. But they the ones crazy, but people believe that crazy person. Because I'm quiet. I don't hardly say nothing. So people assume whatever he's saying is true. Because I'm not going to defend myself. Why should I defend myself? That's why you never judge people by what somebody else said about them. So, they was coming up with all these lies and, manipulate my children throughout the years. But I noticed that, the church we were in, they were doing the same thing, trying to manipulate my children against me. And I saw that. So I thank God I saw that. So that was a strategy, a tool that God showed me that was going to, transpire. So I began to see my daughter. She was living in the house with us. She started acting funny. And my son noticed it too. And my son, we would have to go outside and talk. Whatever we had to say, we went outside and say it. Because, they'll put cameras in your house. They do all this kind of stuff to try to monitor you. He'll come. I'm thinking of being with his whores or pimps or whoever. He do men and women. So he'll come home, try to start an argument. He want to do all this stuff so he can record it. Like he's doing something. See, this is dumb P brain. Because, see, he already had a plan to try to put me in an institution. For what? But see, they have people work with them that sign off on this paperwork, even with lawyers and judges and stuff and DAs. Because this is their plan. They have put other people in jail, other people in institutions, and end up killing them because they put insurance policies on them. But see, their plan was, okay, I can get them, okay, baby, bring it back home. Pretend, bring them back home. Get a house, bring them back home. Then what they're going to do is this here, like my son. Their plan was, oh, well, I'm going to get a check while he's playing like I'm crazy, I can get a check off of it. Then get a check off of it, while him and her making plans, build a house. They done bought the land, build a house. But they got to unalive me first before they can sell the house and then build a new house on the land. This is what the plan. But see what they're going to do. They're going to make it look like a murder-suicide, like my son killed me and then he turned the gun on himself. What kind of sick mess is that? This is what they plan, y'all. Who does stuff like that? Premeditated murder me and my son. See, this how this man thinking is, the track that he hang around. Now, who sound crazy to y'all? If somebody did all this plotting and plan, see, they done already killed other people for insurance policies. This is what they do. His name is Donald Garfield Meeks, Sr. He's out of Jetersville, Virginia. He live at 23611 Holly Farms Road in Jetersville, Virginia. It's the Tysons. I'm going to tell on you. I'm going to tell exactly where you live at. You lying devil. Then my sister Nettie, she live in Oakdale, Louisiana. Her name is Nettie Holmes. I'm going to sue me for saying your name. Sue me. You ain't had no business going up in my business, tending my business. And now, y'all, she just didn't only sleep with my husband. She slept with my other sister's husband and then. That's how trashy she is. Because, see, she never had a real marriage because she was trash. Nobody want her. She was talking about her husband. She was actually talking about herself because she was old too. And she's still a hoe today. She's still, wait, I'm 67. She's 66, still a hoe. Still selling her poom. Still running behind men. But, Donald do the same thing. They go good together because both of them hoe. She give him a head job and then she thinks she can't get no disease, AIDS and nothing from using a rubber. But see, God's going to fix her. Because number one, you don't sleep with your sister's husbands or boyfriends. Other men, I dated. I just dated them. When I say dated, we were friends. She slept with them. I didn't sleep with them, but she thought I slept with them. But, she was a hoe. So she was trying to sleep with everybody I sleep with. Same way with her other sisters. She didn't sleep with her other sister's men because she trash. While all of them they are gathering up around her trying to, or whoever support her, she done slept with their man too. So, and they don't even know it, but I know it. If they watch my video, they know it now. Why she's so busy trying to put them on her side, she done slept with their man. A couple of them she only slept with one time. I guess she didn't like it. So, she sleep with mine every opportunity she get, which don't make no difference to me, because I ain't trash. She trash. My husband, that's her. And that's him. Because every time they sleep together, all they doing is cursing themselves. Look at their lifestyle, They think they done built up something, God finna take all that stuff, stealing money from me, all kind of stuff. Going to court like they me and all kind of stuff. This is stuff they doing. Lying and say I was dead, or lying and say I was in an institution, lying and say I was crazy, all kind of stuff. But yet, okay, I do propose, I do grants and stuff, write paperwork for grants. But I'm supposed to be stupid. But yet, all of my projects, ideas that I have, he stole them and gave them to his hoes. Every time I talk about doing something together, he always made an excuse because he thought he was my competition as well. It's sad when you got people, a man, no, he ain't a man, he just a male factor. All he do go by his head between his legs. He put it anywhere, booty, anywhere. And then, he get with women that goes both ways, Which the point is this, like I told him from the beginning before I married him. Anytime he wanted somebody else, we could get a divorce and move on. But see, he wanted to hold on to me, try to drain everything out of me so he could go take it back to his hoes. And then, the good part about everything that he got while we was married, with some other, all of them gonna lose everything. They're gonna lose everything. I don't care how many business they call themselves and stuff. All the business are scams anyway. The business of fronts for scamming. They do all kind of illegal practice. Tied in with the cartels or gang groups and stuff. Yeah, and Masons and Eastern Stars and all that stuff. See, they wanted to unalive me to get initiated. Plus get money, but then they was they'll offer you up so they can enter into. Let me tell you something, baby. Well, you made your biggest mistake at trying to offer me up against a devil. That's what y'all made y'all mistake at. Because every paperwork y'all done, everything damn y'all done got, everything gonna be turned back with a vengeance. Y'all gonna end up sleeping out on the streets. But do y'all want to holler about, oh, she crazy? Guess we're gonna end up in a crazy institution. And you're going to prison. That's because you went to mental institution. You want to play like you crazy? But yeah, y'all were crazy. Because number one, that's what y'all saying about me, see? Because it's called sowing and reaping. And you think God was there watching y'all, letting y'all just dig yourself in a big hole. And guess what y'all did? Y'all so smart, y'all dug y'all tails in the hole. Sending, hitting men and all kind of stuff, pay people to kill me. I'll tell you one thing, everything y'all did, I guarantee is haunting y'all right now. I bet you when you try to go to sleep at night, you can't sleep at night for all the little wicked stuff you did. See, it's hard to fake it. When the true feelings come through, how you really realize, oh my God, that was the person for me. Oh, all them feelings start flooding in. What you do with that? But see, I don't have them feelings no more. Because God healed me from all them feelings. While all the foolishness going on, I was already healed. See how y'all perform? I knew how to perform too. See, that's the way it rolls when people pretend. Thank you for coming in, joining. Please like the video as you come in and come back and watch the videos and like, and please subscribe. Let me get back to this. Okay, so, this is things they do. They'll say you're crazy, put you in an institution. They're trying to make money and bring you home, trying to make money off of you. And the whole time they doing that, they got a plan written out. They have it planned out. But see, all their plans with me is failing. They want to get everything belong to you. Anything, and, shit like my sister was trying to find out information. I told her what I wanted to tell her. I didn't tell her everything. I just told her some things. I fabricated some things because see, I knew she was talking to him. Oh, I don't talk to him. Oh, I don't talk to him. And I knew she was talking to him. But she said, oh, I'm talking. But she had two phones. Why would you need two phones? All this secretive stuff. What that's about? This is one of them church going people. These are church going people act like they don't know God, love God. They are Satan children, the devil, Lucifer. This is the thing people don't understand. Just stop all that being phony. They wear masks. They phony get. I don't know why it's so hard for people to be themselves. Why people gotta fake? Why you gotta, call yourself having a secret relationship? He have transgenders and all kind of stuff. And then transgender, they mad with you because of something he just said. Act like I was abusing him. I was abusing him. Why didn't I take him to a nursing home, let him stay when he got broke up? And still being there, being a support for him. Where was all his friends at then? What was his hoes at then? I'd have dropped him off at their house show, would have. Because I knew he was cheating. If he'd go by and say, I didn't know, oh yeah, I knew he was cheating. But it wasn't off my back. Number one, it's this here. That's him. Hey, thank you all for coming in. Please like the video. Come in. And please subscribe. I appreciate you all coming in. I was talking about my story, talking about what happened with me. How that my husband and my sister, and then he have other women he deal with. They do poly mess. And she sell her poo-poo. He sell his stuff. So, I was talking about how that they was plotting and planning on killing me and my sons for insurance money, but they offered us as a sacrifice where they can join some kind of group or something. I guess she was trying to join in or whatever. That she can go with all that stuff because she like that. She's 66. She like that old having sex with different people. I don't do that stuff. I don't do that. Going around saying I was sleeping around, selling myself. All kind of crazy stuff, y'all. But I just wanted to talk about that a little bit about, they went to court, they were me in court, and all kind of stuff. And all, God is exposing all that stuff. Hey, y'all, come on in and give me a like and subscribe. And, y'all try to come back because I was, yesterday I think I talked about how that I wanted to later on. I'm not sure when I get up to 100 subscribers, 1,000 subscribers, I want to go ahead and start doing giveaways on here. Start giving away money and different things, helping people that need help. This is what I do anyway, but that'll help me to help more people. But I was just mainly talking about how they was plotting and planning and how they went to court pretending like they mean. And they wondered how I found out different things because I wasn't saying anything. But God didn't tell me to say anything. When God told me to say something, that's when I started saying something. I left him in October 2025. And, he's, still saying stuff, I'm on drugs. I ain't never been on drugs. I ain't even never smoked a cigarette. None of that stuff. Never did, alcohol. I think something called a Tom Collins. I think it was white looked like lemonade or something like that. I used to do those, but I didn't do that. I maybe after my 67 years, I probably did 3 of those, and that was all. But it was not. It was always weak because I've never been a drinker. Wasn't that come drinking like drinking alcohol. So that was, oh man, I guess I was in my 20s the last time I had one of them. But, I only had 3 out my whole lifetime. So, but then try to say I sleep around different people. Just like my sister lied to him. And what she did, she put something in his food or his drink so he could sleep with her. And that's the way she did with my sister's man, too. She'll put stuff in a drink. Some kind of drug, I don't even know. I'm not familiar with, but she did. Whatever. She does work witchcraft, too. She's a witchcraft worker. And then what she did, she tried to lie and said I was trying to tell my family members they was cursed. When I told her on the paperwork, she sent out a group message to the family, which was a text I sent her. I said your family cursed. I didn't say the rest of my family. I on the see if my family would have read the video, read the not let she change it now. But one of my family members did say it said your family, not the rest of the family, your family. But see, the rest of them took the message and ran with the lie. You know, while she was playing stuff in her mind, because she's a lying, deceitful whore. That's what she is, a whore. So, while she was lying, come up what I did, trying to turn everything on me, because you know what? I mean, I think it was April, maybe. April, May. I went to a concert in Houston. So she was supposed to go, so she messaged me and told me my niece was going. Call her and said, what? Oh, yeah, I'm not coming. Oh, Erica gonna go. I can, how in the hell Erica going? I didn't invite Erica. Well, you know, since I bought the ticket, and no, you asked me first. That was disrespectful. I'm sure you all would agree. Erica is a child. I don't run with children. This is my niece. This is my sister's child. She gonna set up and call her about going to a concert with me. The thing was on Tammy Mann concert with her and the relationship, loving relationship. She done told this child about going. Oh, she wanted to go anyway. No, you don't make it. You don't decide who go with me. I'm a grown woman. I'm 67 years old. You don't tell me what to do. See, this is their problem. Everybody want to boss me around, tell me what to do. I'm 67. I've been independent the whole time. I don't need a child telling me what to do. Because I don't roll like that. I don't know what they do. They like, you know, some people like hanging out with young people. All the young people hang out together. We have something together, yeah. But you don't invite somebody or a child to go to an event with me. You ask me first, is it just go do what you want to do. But I had to make that clear with her. So she got an attitude. So that's when she called it, when I sent out that text to her, she called it up, putting it in a group. Because see, she already, you know, was putting mess in the child mind about me anyway. But see, this how they do. But God going, I ain't worried about it. This one thing people got to realize, I don't worry about what other people do, because they going to pay for it. I'm telling you, this is going to pay for it. But listen, I'm not going to get on that too much. But like I was saying, they was plotting, you know, planning to kill me to get insurance money. Not just that money, you know, they was paid to sacrifice me. So all of them was planning on getting money. You know, they pulled my kids in all this crap. And now my kids, because I'm not going to, reason I say that with my kids, because they have been playing stuff in my kids' mind all the time against me. My kids would say certain things. That's how I knew what they were doing. I didn't never try to say, hey, no. I just let it alone. God said, don't say anything. Because he said, what I'm finna do, the way I'm finna expose them, I'm going to expose them in such a way everybody going to know that they were lying. Everybody that ever knew them going to be talking about them like a dog. All that they tried to do to you. He said, I'm going to do it to them, but I'm going to do it on a whole nother scale. And you say, thank you, Father. I say, thank you. Thank you for vindicating your child. See, vengeance is God's, not mine. I don't have to repay nothing somebody else do to me. You know, they got together, paying people, all this other stuff. Now, I promise you they in debt. Up their nose, because see, they were doing some illegal stuff. They do illegal scamming. They are not just sell they poo-poo, you know, they do drugs. They sell drugs. They drug dealers, human trafficking, child trafficking, all this stuff. Real estate fraud, insurance fraud, medical fraud. What is it? Medicaid fraud. Food stamp for all this stuff. They do all those kind of fraud. Look at the people in Minnesota. Good example. This is stuff they be doing. All kind of stuff like this. Acting like getting grants and stuff like they got a business and they ain't got nothing. Because they can work through corrupt officials. They know officials they can work through that help them get that stuff. Pretend like they got the business, sign off on this stuff. I'm not doing nothing like that. Those grants are people hard work, people that work. We work. We put that money in so those grants can be there. I'm not doing that. I'm not scamming the government. Let me tell you something. I'm not getting nothing food stamps or nothing unless I don't have no other choice but to get them because it's other people out there that needs it. I began to listen what people were saying over the year, and I began to see like, oh, no, here we go. But see, I was living with Donald, and I saw his deceit and deception. So I was able to see everybody around me. I was able to see my sister deceit and deception. I just let her go on and pretend. She thought she was going to live this beautiful life off of me. He thought they thought they were going to have all these riches and wealth off of me. They're not going to have nothing. Because see, God just let people have a little taste of something. Then to see they get more greedy, more greedier, more greedier. Because the greed, they got a spirit of greed. They don't do nothing for nobody. They pretend, do a little bit, trying to get everybody like they're the nice person. Behind the scenes, them some wicked devils. They heart are evil. I mean, evil, evil. But yeah, y'all, I'm not gonna talk too long. I try to do, as I'm led to say certain things, I try to say those things. But what I want to say is this here. Y'all got to watch these because these people they are frauds. They are people that wear masks. They narcissists. They selfish as hell, but they pretend like they care about you. They don't care about nobody but what they can get. But listen, I'm not going to talk too long. This is what I was going to say too. The good thing about people like that end up fighting each other. They fight like cats and dogs. None of them get along, but they looking, get in front of everybody else and act like they all right. And see, this is the thing about, even like with Donald. Is he go pretend with everybody else? Oh, she this, she that. But he come home every night. But I was all this and that, this what he was saying. Getting to bed with people and talk about me. What kind of person is that? But he thought he made himself look good to me. He made himself look ignorant. He was screwing the neighbor across the river, attract Daisy. Every person that he called, I guess he thought he said, these childhood people that he was raised with, they probably screwing then, but I'm sure they were screwing then too. I call it screwing because ain't nothing to it, none of them. Y'all, come in and like the video, please, and thank you for coming in. I appreciate each one of y'all coming in. But I'm talking about, what happened in my life, how that he tried to hide me, he had to make his case stick. Was telling people I was sick, wasn't sick. He poisoned me. God healed me. Trying to kill me, trying to poison me. But see what they was gonna do. They got better money, like with me and Jeremiah setting us up. He didn't kill people. Both of them, they all kill people. They have killed people. Not just in the state of Virginia. Other places, And they'll act like somebody died with cancer. That person ain't died with cancer. They got around that person some kind of way and gave them something. And then some of them work witchcraft, and a lot of people don't believe it. But that's why you have to, you always hear people talking about vibrations, your energy level. You got to keep your energy level up. Always stay excited. See, I'm a person, I stay excited all the time. I'm a person, I'm happy. I don't have to fake being happy. I'll be happy anyway. Oh, wow. Deja vu. I just saw that. Listen, I'm not going to talk too long, but I want to say thank you all so much for coming in and joining. Thank you all for liking. Please come back as I post my videos. And thank you all. Okay?